What's up, guys? Welcome to this part 2 of this tutorial. If you haven't watched our part 1, please feel free. The link is on the description below. This is a continuation of our Laravel React application where we are building Laravel React CRUD operation, mastering of insert, update, and delete data with image upload. Now we are creating our form input. The type should be test, placeholder, product name, we can do the same, product price, currently I decide to include test area and select tags. Reason being that I wanted to have a comprehensive overview of how these things work. Please watch and do as you're watching me, okay? As I'm building, also build your application. You can only master by doing what you are being taught. So select option, value, we call this Laravel. Okay, guys, I just modified this. Now, our next will be test area, placeholder, description, followed by image. The type should be file. Save the changes. As you can see, we now have our form. Not well designed, don't worry. Button, save. Import, add.css. We'll create this file in a minute. Add.css. Form, display, flex, align item, center. We can give it a mass weight. Remember, we are not doing anything complicated, of 50% or 60. Margin. Our margin, we want top and down to be 30 and auto, okay? We want it to align at the center. Save the changes. As you can see, it's now at the center. Move back to your Now, flex direction, we want the flex direction to be column, and we want a background of gray, but it shouldn't be that gray. Save the changes, refresh the page, correct. Now we will be targeting our input. Our input test area and select all together. The weight should be 90%. Remember, it will have 90% of the 60% of the form. Padding, we can leave the padding at 4. The color should be black. Save the changes, refresh the page. Okay, it's okay. A little bit, we want it to have a border. Our border should be 0.2, solid gray. Okay, as you can see, outline should be none. And we want a gap. The gap should be 10. Save the changes. As you can see, I think it's okay. We can as well style our button. Background color can be black, and the color can as well be white. Cursor should be pointer. You can increase the weight. The weight can be 100%. It doesn't matter. We are not doing any more styling here. Okay, now we're okay with our form design for inserting data. Okay, what next? In React, in Laravel React, we're making use of use form. Okay, so follow me step by step. Data, sets, data. We want to get it from use form. Use form. We will import it from Inertia.js. Okay. Name, description, category, image. Remember what next? Price. The same way we need process, we may be using processing, and we need errors. I think for now, we also need post. Remember, we'll be using post. Okay, having done this, we now need to go back to our inputs. Name, should be name, value, data dot name. We can as well include on change. Let's call it handle change. We have not created this. This name should be price. Over here, we don't need, this name should be category. Category. And this should be description. Description. That's our product description. Last but not the least, this should be image. Image. Now back to the top. Const change. Follow me step by step. Because we are using TypeScript, we say React dot change event. React dot change event. We want to target our input. We call it HTML input elements. The same way we want to target our select HTML select element. We want to also target our test area. Because of this, that's why I decide to include test area select function for you to have a comprehensive overview of how the system works. HTML test area elements. You say name, value, type should be equal to e.target. We want to check if there is a file. The same way you can do this when you are building your React, TypeScript, or Next.js. Okay? TypeScript is TypeScript anywhere you say it. That is the beauty of TypeScript. You say type. We want to check if the type is equal to file. Sorry, it should be file, not name. S the same destructuring name. Now value. Save the changes. Refresh your page. Now, for you to see what we have done, data.name, as you can see, now navigate to web.php. We'll be creating our route to insert data into database. Bear in mind, we haven't created our table yet. Route. Currently, we are using post method. We can call it insert. So we are inserting data. Or we can as well call it save data. Save data. The name should be save data. Back to product controller. Remember we called it save data and is a post method. Over here, if you simply return anything, you will notice it will definitely work. How will you do that? Submit, you can call it anything, should be equal to E. Remember, we are using TypeScript, so it should be any. E dot, we want to prevent from default behavior. We don't want it to refresh the page. Prevent default remember we are using post. We have already called this post. If you notice, we have this post. Sorry. If you notice, we have this post over here. And we called it save data. If you save the changes, and now on click, submit, save the changes, open up your page, click on save. As you can see, it returns, which means it's having a communication with our controller. Now back to your terminal. Clearing the terminal, you must master how to make use of your terminal as a web developer. We'll be creating our tables and our model. To do this, the PHP artisan make function. We are making models followed by the name of our model. We'll call it product. We want to create model and our migration at once. To do this, say -m. So our model has been created successfully. To see this, navigate to model. You will now see product.php. We have a lot to do over here. Now, you will as well notice open database, migration. We have products. On these products, table, string, name, category, description. Please, if I'm moving a little bit faster, you can slow me down. Table, image, last table. On a real life project, you can choose to use any other apart from string. It will be price. Name, category, description, image, and price. Save the changes. Now, run your migration. We are clearing the terminal. PHP artisan. Remember, if you are building project like e-commerce, you don't really need to add your category over here. You can make use of Laravel relationship. Believe me, it's fantastic and it's easy. If you want such tutorial, leave a comment on the comment section below. PHP artisan migrate. Now, our migration has been run successfully. Back to your product controller. Instead of us to return yes, we can now insert our data. Very easy. I want to show you can still validate your input form. Validate. Name. It should be required. So with this, you can validate your input. If it's image, anything you want to do, you can do and still return message. So you can follow this. If you're a Laravel developer, you already know this. New data, remember, is just a variable equal to new. We are now calling our product model, which we must import. Now to insert data, new data, remember we have name, it should be equal to request name. We also have price, dot price. We have category. Over here, you can, if you are building a professional website, you can generate slug in case of to view your product for SEO friendly. You don't need to use your ID exposing it. You can make use of slug. If you want such, I will leave the code on the comment section below. Category. Should be equal to request category. Now description. Description. Having done this, we want to check if we have image. I love using if condition. We are using has function already built. That's the beauty of Laravel image. Remember, that's what we called it. If we have such, image, store, we want to store it in a folder called product and inside public. After this, we want to now save Now we want to save our project using Laravel save function. After doing this, we want to redirect the user back to our home page. Return, redirect to the home page. We can as well leave a message, success, or whatever that happened. Now save the changes. Back to the page. Select the file. Okay, we can use this tuner. We can call it tuner. The price 120. Category printer. Best tuner in Africa. Now save. If everything goes on well, as you can see, it has redirected us to our home page. You can now add as many products as you want. Okay, guys, I just paused the video to add as many products as we want. Remember, navigate back to add products. Add products. We can as well clear our form if we want. This is useful in case you are not navigating to any other page. We can use it as sources. As sources, we want to do something. We can set name should be empty. Description should be empty. Category should be empty. Price should also be empty. So many things we can do here. Now, having done this, you notice we now need to view our data. Navigate back to your controller. We don't need this. We'll be viewing our controller over here. We can call it data should be equal to our product model. Laravel developers gather here. That's all. Now, we pass it using compat. There are so many other ways you can use to pass this data. Save the changes. Back to welcome.tss. Remember, we are using this particular product. Now, what we want to do is simple. We can as well delete this, or you can leave it. We called it data. Our data, we are using TypeScript. It should be equal to use page dot props. Okay. Now, having done this, you can now go back over here. We can say data because it's TypeScript. We can say any. Save the changes. Refresh your page. As you can see, they're already here. But the question you may ask is, why is our image not showing? Maybe you have been a Laravel developer trying to build application with Laravel React and you have encountered such issue. Don't worry, relax yourself. Navigate to product model. We don't really need all this anymore. On our product model, we want to configure our image. Protected. We call it image underscore URL. protected function, image URL, attributes. Import your attributes from database. As you can see, database Eloquent cast, we import attributes. Return attribute. Then we call make function. Remember, we called it image, assets, storage, Now, save the changes. Navigate back to your home.welcome.tss. Our image should now be dot underscore URL. Save the changes. Slash, please make sure you add slash at the end. Save the changes. Back to welcome. Sorry, now we forgot something. We need to run our storage link. PHP artisan storage link. Hit enter. Now our storage link has been created successfully. Refresh the page. Now you have seen our products. If you have made it to this point, congratulations. Please catch up our part 3 of this tutorial. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.